are a lot of articles out there that, talk about health trends, and I want you to, just be very inquisitive and challenging to what you read. We talked about what the hell You Are What You Eat documentary on Netflix. I just want to say, like, maybe it's a little opportunistic that it came out right at New Year's when everyone's deciding what new diet to go on. And I don't know, the people that funded it are the same people that funded the Game Changers, which are people that own plant-based companies. And so I'm just saying, be wary of what you read, and we're going to give you our opinion on some health trend article that we found.
Well, I will say that I like that Trifecta was serving, because I do like Trifecta as a company. So they were serving the first 4 weeks, and it's done by Stanford University. So I liked those two things about it.
Yep.
I haven't watched the 4th episode. Once I do, we'll give you our full review, because I'm very curious to see what the outcomes are going to be. It is very challenging in any type of research, which they are very open about.
Yes.
Especially when it comes to diet, right, and lifestyle, to manage and control everything perfectly.
There's too many variables.
Too many.
Way too many variables. Are they a smoker? Are they a drinker? Do they exercise? Are they sedentary? Do they sleep well? Do they not sleep well?
Skincare products.
Emotional, mental trauma. Like, there's so many factors that affect health and health outcomes. And I've said it before on many things on social media with my stories. Diet variation alone is going to create a huge impact on gut health, on weight loss, on a ton of things. And so most diet research is done in an 8 to 12 week study. The problem is that that's the time that essentially will work for people. And then that's when things start to plateau, or, gut starts to adapt and make changes. The immune system starts to build back up. So, like, there's just too many things that happen after 8 to 12 weeks that will skew, and they are then allowed to kind of cherry pick the stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'll be interested to see. I haven't finished it. Have you finished it?
No.
Yeah.
I got really angry watching it, to be totally honest.
Which part?
I try to be unbiased.
Which part did you get angry at?
The part where they're talking about, like, the how cows are making up the majority of greenhouse gases.
Yeah. Which is false.
And how climate change is so horrible. You guys, do you know that the climate actually being warmer is a good thing? Because you know what thrives in warmth? Life. Jungles. Forests. Those are good things. That's very good things. That's why things thrive at the equator. You know how many people live in Antarctica? Not very many. Yeah. So I just have strong opinions about it, and I don't like when they put morality behind a food. Mm-hmm. And that's been my main thing with veganism all along. Like, do you, can certain people do okay on it? Yes. Anything can be healthy and unhealthy, any diet.
Well, what I wish that they would be talking about more is how they're going to support people's body with things that they're missing because they've now removed all animal products. Choline, B vitamins, iron, zinc, those types of things, right? And then also on the flip side, on the carnivore diet, they need to be supporting stomach acid. I mean, that's a lot of protein that they're asking people to now ingest, break down.
It's not
right?
a fair comparison.
Are you talking about, what the microbiome is doing? Yeah, you're looking at their stool test, but they're also, just because they're twins doesn't mean that they have the same microbiome, because they've been eating probably different. And so anyways, I'm interested to see how it's all going to shake out. But at the end of the day, it still comes down to each person is bio-individual. I have a client right now. She wants to do a sprint of carnivore. I'm all for it. But you need to be on stomach acid support and recognize that it's going to be hard in the beginning. Any shift that you do, major shift from, what you were doing before, is going to create some level of noise, if you will. There's going to be some level of reaction because you're now stripping away all of these different fibers and things. So, I mean, I have obviously given her my thoughts and advice on how to do this properly. Joe Rogan even covers this in terms of you need to have some fiber or you're going to get the diarrhea shits, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So
I
agree.
get constipated,
Right. And so I agree that it's not a fair comparison. And I'm just very curious to see what the overall outcome is going to be and what their summary is going to be. If it comes out as they're going to skew the results, then I'm going to be more pissed off.
Well, it's just an unfair comparison. I think maybe a Mediterranean diet versus a vegan diet would be a better comparison.
Right. A little closer.
So yeah, but bottom line, we're going to give you our opinion on what we're about to talk about. And we're not afraid to do that. So let's dive in. There are 8 things on this list that are health trends that should go viral in 2024. And we're going to let you know if we think they should go viral in 2024.
Well, let's tell them too. We cut out 2 because they were really stupid.
Yeah, well, like, I don't know, trying a toner for your skincare routine. And maybe our skincare ladies can totally yell at us for saying that that's not that important. But I don't know, when it comes to like overall health, that's not going to be the number one thing on my list like it was on this list. I feel like there was maybe some funding behind that happened.
Oh, Atlanta.
So number 2 is embrace exercise snacks, which, listen,
I was laughing so hard when I read
I
this.
love the concept and title of exercise snacks because it makes me think of, there's this girl on social media and she like makes up songs. She like raps about mom life.
Okay.
And there's one line that I'm totally going to butcher. I got to find the video, but she's basically like, I pack the snacks, but I am a snack. And like, it's just one of my favorite lines and it makes me think of that. Anyways,
oh my God.
What they mean by exercise snacks is that instead of committing to 45 to 60 minutes in the gym, breaking it up. So like exercising 15 minutes twice a day instead of a 30 to 45 minute workout.
Listen, when we're going to go through these, we're going to rate these thumbs up or thumbs down.
Yes.
Part of this, I think it kind of goes similar to the concept of microdosing. What was it? I remember many years ago, there's a term for this. You'll probably remember it. Mind Pump has talked about it. Many people have talked about it. Like every time you go to the bathroom, 10 push-ups.
Yep. I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the name either.
They called it, they gave it a term similar to this, exercise snack, right? I think for certain individuals who really just don't have the ability for whatever reason, maybe single mom, to get to the gym. Maybe you're waking up early like I did this morning, and then your child is waking up an hour and a half early because they just inherently know that you're up. What the F? Go back to sleep. It's 5:30 in the morning. But so this concept here would be taking 15 minutes at lunch and then maybe 15 minutes at the end of the day, the work day, to do movement. I like that because I think it's more movement than no movement, right? Which is a good thing. I do think that you should still work your way towards prioritizing 30 minutes in your day, 45 minutes in your day, because there is something to be said about doing a workout, getting your heart rate up, getting some intensity in there, and doing it for that prolonged period of time. But movement is better than no movement.
Yeah, basically. That's exactly right. I would say that if that is your only option, and that's an easier entryway for you into exercise because the 30 minutes is either like the all or nothing, the overwhelming, whatever it is. Absolutely. And we tell our clients to do this all the time. Like if go outside, go for a walk around the block, you have 8 to 10 minutes. Like it doesn't need to be a 30-minute walk. I do this too. So absolutely. I would say thumbs up for that because for a lot of people, you should be getting, the recommended weekly exercise allowance is 150 minutes of intentional movement. And so if that means that you do like a 15-minute workout this morning and then you do, a 15-minute bike this afternoon, awesome. That you're getting in more than what you were getting in. So absolutely, I would say thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Number 2, work with a health and wellness coach. I like this one, obviously. I think you just need to do your research and make sure that you're finding somebody who is trained to help you in the areas that you need the most help.
Yeah.
And I would evaluate their results, right? A lot of times when people ask, hey, this is, for example, somebody coming in, they've worked with other practitioners or a functional, doctor. I have a list of clients, previous clients that I can send to them to talk to about their results and the process. And, obviously it matters what your adherence is. You're not just going to like sign up, never show up, and then supposedly expect to see all these magic results. But it is something that is a great investment if you are in need of improving your health.
Absolutely.
So we give it a thumbs up.
Yeah, there's nothing else I would say about that. Absolutely. Work with a wellness coach, health coach, whatever it is. And make sure that you talk to them before making the plunge of working with them. Make sure that it feels right in your gut. Make sure that you feel like they are a good fit, because it has to work from both ends, right? Like, we talk to all of our potential clients before we take them on, because I want to make sure it's a good fit from our end too. It's, it's a relationship. It has to work as a relationship. And if you do not vibe with that person, it's not going to work regardless of how effective the protocol could be or how effective the program could be.
You need to come in with an open mind.
Absolutely.
If you come in with a closed mind, it's not going to be a good fit.
No.
Because you're not going to make the changes. You're going to be resistant, and it's not going to be enjoyable for either party. And we've let people know we're not the right fit.
Yeah.
Both of us have before.
Absolutely.
Because you're not ready. And I had a conversation with one of my calls a few weeks ago. Personally, I'm not going to be involved in this trio of, you're working with this person, you got this advice and this and that. And, the other thing, because, she shared a little bit about what this other functional person was doing. And I was like, you're asking my opinion. I'm going to let you know this is not going to be an effective protocol. You want to get to the root cause. You're coming in, we're managing everything.
Yep.
Diet, training, protocols, all the things. So.
Yep, absolutely.
And that's for your own good, because we get better results that way.
Oh, 1,000%. It's way too many hands in the pot if you are working with someone that's programming your exercise and someone that's doing macros for you, and then you also want to do the functional side of things. No. I mean, we do control as many aspects of our client's life as possible, because if I'm on a gut protocol with you and it's stressful to the body and you're trying to go in PR every week and lift as heavy as possible and run every week and do 2 hours of training, no chance that it is going to be effective. And so it needs to pair. We change exercise, we change nutrition throughout every phase that we work with clients for a reason. And so, make sure that, if you're getting help, you don't have too many opinions coming in your ear, because it's really overwhelming and confusing for you then of what you should be following, and it's not effective at all. So, but either way, thumbs up. Definitely work on your health, work on yourself. I think finding someone to help you on that journey and make it, quicker, more effective with the expertise is 1,000% a yes. The next one is turning to CBTI techniques for sleep. So CBTI is cognitive behavioral therapy - insomnia, technically. So a lot of people turn to melatonin or sleeping pills or, ashwagandha or whatever it might be to help with sleep. And although I think sometimes those things can be helpful temporarily, there is always a reason that you are struggling with sleep. And it might not be insomnia, right? It might not be to the extreme of you're getting 2 hours of sleep every night. It might be you struggle to fall asleep, you wake up frequently, you're tossing and turning. And with cognitive behavioral therapy, that can be things like breathing exercises, meditation, relaxation training, any type of nervous system parasympathetic work, or it could be working with an actual therapist. It could be working with an actual cognitive behavioral therapist. It depends on why it's happening, right? I am for figuring out the root issue, and I think in a lot of ways, cognitive behavioral therapy can help. Sometimes with insomnia and really bad sleep conditions, people literally are associating their bed with not sleeping. It becomes like a fear response. And so to be able to get out of that, some people need cognitive therapy.
Yeah. I don't think it's the first place I would start.
No.
Right? Like, I would be focusing on other foundational pieces, especially things that would impact you waking up in the middle of the night, right? So here we think about blood sugar, detoxification abilities, right? Central nervous system work that could be done prior to, because what we also know about cognitive behavioral therapy is for some individuals, absolutely game changing, but for others, it's very stressful on the body depending upon the type of therapy that you do. So I'm kind of a iffy one on this. I think there's other things that could be done first. I don't think that this is air quote a trend that should be followed, because I don't think it's going to be right for everyone. So I'm probably actually going to say I'm a thumbs down on this one.
Me too. Yeah, definitely, at least as a first option. Like, I don't think it's like a trend that should be everyone doing.
Yeah. All right. Number 4, set healthy boundaries with your relationships. Learn to say no, recognize manipulation, don't allow disrespect, and prioritize privacy. Hands down, thumbs up.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Remember, guys, no is a one-word sentence, and you don't have to have any other reasoning besides no, thank you. No, I'm sorry, I can't come. No, I'm busy that day. No, I'm going to have to pass this time.
No, I flat out don't want to.
You get to say that
You get
too.
to choose however you want to phrase it. No, absolutely. I think that people pleasers out there, people pleasers of America, you are likely living unfulfilled and unhappy lives because you are giving all of your energy to people that don't deserve it. Straight up. I mean, here's the thing. If you look at the trends of your quote unquote friends and you seem to be the one that's giving and never really receiving, it's not a good relationship.
Yeah, I think also this comes from a podcast that Beck and I both listened to with Bedros Killian, and just basically talking about evaluate how you feel when you leave that person, when you get off the phone with that person. Are they also working to grow the way that you are in your personal, professional, life? And if they're still doing the same things, like I think about friends in my hometown that are still doing the same things every weekend. They're still getting to babysitters and then go to the bar on the weekend. Like, it's just not, one, to me, it's not attractive. I haven't talked to them in years. And, they're great people in the time that we were friends, but you grow and you need to grow and you need to develop. And sometimes that means growing out of relationships. So evaluate that too. Because sometimes, you'll hear like, leave your toxic relationship behind or whatever. Well, how do you know if that person is toxic? It may not be like an outright, they're yelling and screaming at you or they're stealing money from you or manipulating you. It could be that you no longer feel fulfilled. You no longer feel like your cup has been filled up. That every time you talk to them, it's like, oh God, here we go again. And they're just sucking the life out of you and like draining your energy. Mm-hmm. I don't think I have any friends like that anymore. So
No.
that's good.
I just don't really have a lot of friends, which is fine. And I joke about this all the time. I'm happy I'm happy in the place and space that I'm in. Like, I don't need that noise. I don't need someone to ask me to do plans every weekend because honestly, I don't want to. I don't like that. I was so happy to be home on Sunday, not doing anything.
Yeah.
It was so nice.
Yeah. This weekend we had to work on our kitchen, but we didn't have any like set plans other than seeing our niece and nephew for late lunch, which was fine. Friday night was beautiful. Saturday night was beautiful. We just laid on the couch. We made a fire.
Yes.
Built snowmans, played outside, did a lot of work around the house. Like, I think this is the first time in a very long time every morsel of laundry was done coming into the week. Like, I was telling Beck, I was like, even our sheets, even our comforters, Marcus' comforter, all the things. But now it's Tuesday and there's a load of laundry and I have to be done. So I just think that you need to remember that your time is something that you never get back when you give it away. And you are the only person that can protect your time. So thumbs up, hell yes, set relationships, read Life-Changing Magic of Not Giving a Fuck if you haven't.
Yep. All right, next up, clean up your social media feed. So,
But don't delete us.
don't delete us. I think quitting social media can be really hard, but I think cleaning up who you see on your feed, at least what you can control. I'll be honest, my Hormone Queen profile, I don't follow a lot of people on. So like I get things that I don't follow in my feed. Tell me why all I get are vegan recipes. I'm like, no. Do you hear me talking about how I don't support veganism really that much? Like, why is this happening?
And you've been attacked by...
And I've been attacked by... I'm not attacked. People, I'll be honest, the people have reached out to me on social media about my comments on the You Are What You Eat documentary. It's been great conversations. Like, we both have differing point of views, but it's not attacking each other. It's like, okay, this is what you think. This is what I think. Mm-hmm. We're in the same spot as we started this conversation. Neither of us have differing opinions. So it's fine, but like they haven't been attacking. But they talk about like doom scrolling, toxic social media use. You guys, the one thing I do appreciate is that I do sometimes see comparisons. Like some accounts are dedicated to showing what photoshopping pictures looks like versus reality.
Yeah.
Because it is, you guys, people can pose real specific ways to look phenomenal when in reality, that's not what they look like.
Yeah.
They could be photoshopping, touching up. They can literally look nothing like themselves.
You can change your clothes. You can have a picture and change the clothes. You can change the background. Like you can do anything that you want.
And
you can tell AI to make you look like a superhero, and it's wild. So, I think that's one beauty of, for example, I don't know who I was talking to the other day, but I was just talking about, like I will show up on my stories looking a hot mess. That's just me. Like I'm not always hair done, makeup done, but in my reels, right? I try to, obviously they're reels. Like you want to be professional with what you're putting out there. But it also shows people that we're real human beings and moms, that don't always, sometimes you look like college students. It's okay. Our husbands still love us.
I immediately, when I get home, change into pajamas. I am so those reels of people like getting home and ripping everything off. Like, I don't want to be uncomfortable.
Yeah. Take the bra off as soon as you don't need it.
So gratifying.
Yeah. I just think, if you find that somebody's making you feel inferior, like you're not good enough in some way, you also have to remember that what goes on social media is a very small glimpse of people's life.
Yep.
I've even struggled lately just to have enough time, like during the work week, to get on social media and to talk, because honestly, at the end of, like, for example, yesterday, I finished calls and I was like, oh my God, I just want to like sit down and stare at the wall for a few minutes. And then, I have 6 big protocols I need to write. Great. I'm going to be working, I'm like giving Marcus a bath, do this, set this person up, come back. Okay, I'll take a bath with you. All right, Art, keep him for another 30 minutes. And then I got up this morning to finish up some other things. And so it's just one of those things where for me, anyways, like I want to be great if I'm going to, show up there. So, it's limit your time too. Cause I get caught up in the scroll for sure. Where I'm looking up something and then scroll here. I don't know. I don't follow a lot of people on my Poop Queen account, but I definitely don't get vegan recipes.
Yeah. I don't know.
I get a lot of cinnamon roll recipes, actually. Hilarious.
It's not a bad thing.
Next one.
Eat your adaptogens. So what are adaptogens? Adaptogens are essentially type of herbs that regulate and help your body improve the stress response.
Stress handling, resiliency.
They basically help you handle stress better. But the way that they do this is by slightly stressing your body. And so they create AKA adaptogen. They help you adapt to stress. And so I'm for this. There's a lot, like mushroom coffee is a really good example of this. Dark chocolate helps, they say it's science
in small doses. Right?
In small doses, right? Don't eat an entire bar of dark chocolate. But you can get a health benefit from it. You can try adding things like turmeric. You can try adding cinnamon, all of those things to smoothies, soups, oatmeal. I put it on my cottage cheese.
I just like mushroom coffee. I like the mushroom hot cocoa. That was really good for sleep, but I don't need falling asleep support. My latency is like 2 minutes. When I did take it, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm ready to go to bed right now. I was really surprised how well it worked. But in terms of just like throughout the day, anxiety and fatigue and stuff, I've been taking just ashwagandha, and it's been very helpful, I believe, in terms of just kind of having that more like woo-saw calming effect. It's all going to get done one way or the other. If it doesn't get done immediately, it's going to get done tomorrow. Like there's not an emergency. No one's dying. So to me, it just helps with some of the stress handling and kind of how I feel heart palpitation wise, nervousness wise. So we give that a thumbs up. The next one is, and this is by far my favorite, focus on health and lifestyle, not rules and scales. Thumbs up across the board. I feel like I don't need to say anything else, but what I want to say is that the scale is only one point of data. And too many women are walking around putting their value, their confidence score in the number that's flashing back at them on the scale. And ladies, there's so many reasons why that scale could have moved 3, maybe 4 pounds overnight. Large drastic swings, yeah, we need to look a little bit further at what's going on, but your sleep, your hydration status, electrolyte status, your movement, the amount of carbohydrates, the amount of calories, the total volume of food, your bowel movements, your menstrual cycle, and the time of the month that you're in, all of these things play a role. And you are putting your confidence score, how you feel, and you're allowing this to dictate how you go about your day then. I like the number on the scale, yeehaw, we're gonna have a great day. I don't like the number on the scale, woe is me, I'm a fat slob, blah, 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 nothing's working, I don't wanna do this anymore. Like, I understand if, things are not going the direction that you want to take action to adjust that. But at the end of the day, don't put all of your weight in the fact that this scale number is what it is. There's so many other things that you need to be doing or can be doing to support health internally.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think chasing, being strong, being capable, trying new things with exercise or fitness, trying to include more vegetables or fruits in your day. Like there's other focuses that are, I accomplished this, I'm proud of myself, or that are progressive in nature. Because a lot of times we just want the scale to keep going down. And at some point, it's not going to anymore. And is where you got to sustainable? Is it not sustainable? Like it just creates such a vicious cycle for people. And this up and down cycle of identifying as a failure or a victor with the number on the scale. Whereas when you're doing fitness or, health with diets and inclusive, more fiber, more, nutrients in the diet, that's much easier to completely like compound upon. It's not easy with the scale. It's not going to read 0 at any point. And so like, it's just too hard to long-term chase after.
Yeah. And I think, the other thing here is the actions and the habits that you need to have in place to get to where you want to be with body composition are the same actions and habits that you need to continue to maintain that composition. Yep. And a lot of people get very frustrated with this. I had a couple of conversations with some clients, coming out of the holiday. I'm frustrated with my body. I enjoyed some things. I had some drinks, right? And now the scale is up 3 or 4 pounds. It's like, whoa, sister, hold on. That is part normal, especially if, for example, you were higher stress and you got your period over the holidays, you traveled, some water retention, right? You had some foods, you enjoyed some things that were a little bit more pro-inflammatory. Food in nature is inflammatory, by the way, just in case everybody didn't know that, right? Your body has to, work hard to break these things down. But 3 to 4 pounds is like nothing. Okay, so let's see what this looks like in a week or maybe 10 days after you're on your normal routine. Like you don't get to then just go back to, okay, so I got to the scale weight. Now I just get to go back to free for all, living life, not thinking about anything. No, you still have to have some intuition here about what is right for your body and maintain that balance, because also as you lose weight, you're a smaller person. You don't need as much fuel. So it's just one of those things where if you want to make that long-term lasting change, you need to fall in love with the process. You need to fall in love with doing the things that make you feel good, even though you don't want to sometimes. Even when it is dark and cold and snowy in the morning, but you get up and you go to the gym anyway. You get on the walking pad, you do a yoga session, whatever that looks like for you. You need to fall in love with that process if you want to fall in love with the person that you want long-term. Because if you don't, you'll forever yo-yo.
Yep. And the last one, when it comes to self-care, embrace sprinkles of joy. This is another one that I like, their little phrases with it. Obviously, we all know self-care is important. A lot of times we turn that self-care into what feels like more work, though. We put more on our to-do list. I have to go for a 10-minute walk in the nature. I have to, schedule time to get a massage, whatever it might be. And we break them up, build them up into these really big concepts. And we start to feel like getting to where we want to be ends up being impossible. Like it just creates more stress, essentially.
Of course.
So, these sprinkles of joy could be, for me, like I color with my kids now. I'll like get one of their coloring pages. Carson's really big into printing out color pages, which is burning through all of our ink in our printer. But I'll print out a coloring page and color with them. I'll, sit and play with Carson and Taylor with one of their toys. That's like a sensory toy or something. And I know it seems so silly, baking with them, all of those things that are just, they make me happy and they take my mind off of things.
Yeah.
It doesn't always have to be like I scheduled a 90-minute deep tissue massage.
Oh my gosh. Deep tissue massages are no joke.
They're intense. They release a lot.
I almost, I got one when we were in Cancun and I was like, I almost had to tell the lady to stop. I was like deep breathing, focusing because I was like, oh my God, this hurts so bad. But no, I couldn't agree with you more. I think separating yourself from the noise is really important in terms of the noise of the world, whether that is social media, it is podcast, it is TV, news, whatever, and just being present, in the moment. For me, I've talked about this before, but like, it's important for me to wear my confidence cape, and that is my mascara. Because I feel a lot better when I have a little bit of makeup on and definitely my mascara. I could have my whole face done and not have mascara and I don't feel as good.
Yeah. No, I actually saw one of the girls I follow on social media. I really like Julie Bauer. Her social media account is PaleoMG.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And she talks about, she's like, someone told me I should try going without makeup to feel more like natural. And she was like, to be totally honest, I'm happier with makeup on, especially if you feel a little lost with who you are or like you're developing that. I'm the same way. I obviously like much better how I look with makeup on, and it makes me happier. I feel better.
And it's fun.
It is fun.
It's feminine.
It's
okay?
artistic.
We're going to embrace our femininity. Whatever.
I like curling my hair.
Yeah.
It's very time consuming, much more time consuming than straightening my hair.
It is.
But I've learned, so my face shape, I have a large head. Like our family has big heads, my poor kids, but I have kind of a round face, and curled hair makes that look much elongated versus straight hair. Same with short hair. Short hair does not look good on me because it makes my face look rounder. And so, those things, do people consider them like, oh, you're getting all done up, like just let yourself be? No, I'm happier.
I would be happy in, like college pants. Like I always say college pants, but just like the oversized sweatpants, right? And an oversized sweatshirt, but I still want my hair and makeup to be done. Yes. Majority of the time, not all the time, right? But this could also be other things. Like I love one of the things that this article says regarding buying pens that you like for work.
Right?
100%.
Yes.
My pens that I have very, attached to, okay, because they're the best gel pens ever. Or wearing your favorite outfit, right? Like, and I think too, sometimes giving yourself permission to dress a way that you didn't think that you would. So I went down and visited my sister over the Christmas, and we went to some different boutiques. She lives in a small town, and I saw this shirt in the window. I was like, it's very cute. I'm going to try that on for sure. She's like, oh, that looks like you. So I had just like my warm leggings on because we had been out walking in the cold. And I'm like, okay, let me grab a pair of jeans to try this on with. Well, I ended up falling in love with them. Very cute, wide leg. Never thought I would wear them, but I felt good. Even my husband was like, I like this outfit, So trying things that are new, wearing something that is not normally, what you would pick, if that boosts your confidence and you feel good with that. So I love this. Big thumbs up for me on this one. I think, remembering that all of these things compile, right? Small steps turn into big progress, and a little bit here and a little bit there, it really can go a long way just to boost your mood. It could also be singing Adele or Kelly Clarkson or whatever in the car. That could be another way that you sprinkle joy in. Have fun. Don't forget to have fun. That's what life is all about. And I think so many people get tied up in the negativity, all the to-dos, all of the stress that they feel that they're wearing, this burden, that you forget to slow down and to be present and to have fun.